Welcome back. This is episode 6 in an 8-part series on employment law for managers. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, this series focuses on the real-world situations managers face every day: hiring, pay decisions, performance issues, and more, and where those moments turn into legal risk if they're not handled properly. If you're a manager, you need enough understanding to recognize when an issue is bigger than a routine management decision and when it's time to involve HR or legal support. This is about helping you lead with confidence and giving you the tools you need to manage people effectively without accidentally creating legal problems for you or the company. Let me start with a situation that feels harmless, but it isn't. A manager notices a team is slammed, so they say, "Just help out for a few minutes after you clock out." Or, "Don't worry about logging your time, it will all balance out." Or, "Answer that email real quick from your phone." It feels flexible and practical, but legally, those situations are unpaid work. Wage and hour laws are established to protect workers by setting minimum standards for pay and working time, to prevent exploitation, and to promote fair competition among employers by ensuring consistent labor practices. Federal law sets minimum wage, but states and cities often set higher ones. Managers get into trouble when employees work undocumented hours, work time is rounded improperly, or work is done off the clock. Overtime issues are a common source of litigation. Here's the rule managers must tattoo on their brain. Non-exempt or hourly employees must be paid overtime for all hours worked over 40 a week. In some states, they must be paid overtime for all hours worked over 8 a day. Even if the overtime wasn't approved, the employee broke policy, or you told them not to do it, it's authorized overtime and is still payable. You can discipline the behavior, but you cannot withhold the pay. Here's a real-world example. A manager tells an employee not to work past 5 o'clock. The employee stays late anyway. The manager deletes the time from a timesheet. That one decision just created an overtime violation and a record falsification issue. Multiply that across the team, and you could be looking at a class action lawsuit. And here's a phrase every manager should know: work suffered or permitted. That means any work you allow, know about, or should have reasonably known about, even if it was not requested, scheduled, or authorized. This includes checking email after hours and answering texts from managers. Smartphones turned every couch into a potential workstation. Managers must actively stop off-the-clock work, not quietly benefit from it. Next is meal and rest breaks. Federal law doesn't require meal or rest breaks, but states often do, and state violations have produced massive class action settlements. The key concepts here are that short breaks, 5 to 20 minutes, are paid, and legitimate meal periods of 20 minutes or more are unpaid only if no work is performed. If an employee eats at their desk while working, answers calls, or even monitors systems, that time is compensable. If you require them to work through lunch, you must pay them. Here's the part managers don't hear enough. Under federal and many state laws, owners, directors, officers, and managers can be held personally liable for wage and hour violations. Yes, managers can be personally named in these cases, which means they may be held individually responsible and could face personal financial exposure and legal costs. Courts have allowed claims directly against managers who controlled schedules, approved time, and directed work. This tends to get people's attention. A manager should never say, "Don't log that time," or "Just help out." Those kinds of phrases show up in depositions. Strong managers know who is exempt or salaried and non-exempt or hourly. Enforce accurate record keeping, stop off-the-clock work immediately, escalate chronic overtime issues, and document policy violations. Here's the core lesson of this episode. Wage and hour laws are concerned with whether employees are paid correctly. Every unpaid minute is a legal risk, and small problems, left alone, can turn into very expensive patterns. In the next episode, we'll tackle something modern, messy, and increasingly risky: employee privacy, monitoring, and social media. Just because technology allows something, it doesn't mean the law does.
John Paul here. If you like this video, check out the HR Insight YouTube channel where we have more videos just like this. Make sure to click subscribe so you get notifications.